Making the most of meetings. Most people don't enjoy meetings. This statement is not based on research or statistical analysis, but rather many years of workplace observation. It seems that we are inclined to feel that we would be more productive if left to our own devices. However, meetings can be hugely beneficial, meaningful, and worthwhile when they are planned, time-restricted, and goal-oriented. The best place to start if you're looking to overhaul your meeting structures, whether they are small team meetings or whole school training sessions, is to think about what you yourself dread when asked to attend. Drafty halls, lack of tea breaks, death by PowerPoint, too much sitting and listening, and irrelevant content are all the usual suspects and relatively universal complaints. Once you've identified these potential issues, you are in a position to set about eliminating them and setting the scene for a highly fruitful meeting. Next, consider the purpose of the meeting, and naturally your attendee list will follow. Does everyone need to be there? Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no. If yes, communicate clearly to all involved the purpose of this meeting and why it affects all the staff in the school. For example, safeguarding should not need to be explained as an all-staff requirement, but it can help just to spell out on occasion that we all have a duty of care to our pupils and their safety. A less crystal clear topic could be wellbeing training. Some less frontline staff may wonder why they are being taken from their work that inset day to attend training they consider to be aimed more at teachers and teaching assistants. In these instances, communicate well in advance the value of this training to all staff so that they have time to accept that they will not have the inset time as usual. Once you know how many people are attending, carefully pick a venue. Small pupil-focused meetings are often best placed in a classroom as the environment is less formal than a meeting room and can allow for more candid conversations which produce creative ideas and honest opinions. A disciplinary, however, belongs in the formal setting of the meeting room. If all your staff need to be accommodated in that drafty hall, talk to site staff in advance about how to limit the chills. Have tea and coffee booked and ensure that regular movement breaks are built into your meeting or training. Water and sweets or fruit on the tables can also help in any meeting to smooth any potentially ruffled feathers in attendance. Send out your agenda a few days in advance once your preparations have been made. This gives attendees long enough to think if you've asked them for feedback or ideas, but not long enough to stew on a particular item. Obvious exceptions where information should be sent earlier is if they need to read a lot of information or come with a completed task that may require more time. Include on your agenda the finish time of the meeting so that people can plan childcare and other commitments, and use the finish time as a handy reminder that the meeting needs to stay on topic so that everyone can leave as planned. Finally, think very carefully about how much discussion is needed on each item. With the advent of shared drives and email systems, simple information sharing can be done in advance of a meeting. For example, some pastoral leaders have tutors fill in their pupil concerns on a shared document prior to the meeting. This gives the pastoral leader time to pull out any issue requiring further discussion and avoids the sometimes tedious roundtable discussion of every pupil when really it isn't necessary. Whatever the scale of your meeting, remember that staff, like the children we teach, need advanced warning, an explanation of purpose, and a comfortable environment in which to work. These elements give us all the best opportunity of making the most of meetings. Remember, you can read all of our blogs at www.fulcrumlearning.co.uk/blog, listen on Facebook and YouTube, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.